Hi, friends. Today I want to do a reading on President Zelensky in the Oval Office the other day. I guess by now everybody has seen or either heard about the meeting with President Zelensky of Ukraine and President Donald Trump and Vance and the rest of his minions. Okay, I call them. But anyway, let's go on and get started. What I want to do first is I want to ask what were the energies or what are the energies around Zelensky during and after that meeting? Okay, how was he feeling? What are the energies that were around him? How was he feeling? Let's just check in on him. Let's do a check. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull four cards and let me show you the cards I'm using today. Okay, these are a traditional Rider-Waite, and I got these on yspell.com, and they're traditional Rider-Waite, but I like them because they have really different art. They have beautiful art on there. Now, if you see these in person, they've got a gold foil on them too, so I like them. But they're traditional Rider-Waite. So I'm going to pull four cards for President Zelensky. How was he feeling? What was the energy around him during that time? Now, okay, let's just see. Let's do a check-in on him. Four cards. Okay. All right, four cards for Zelensky. Okay, put them over here. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay. Okay, now the first card that I get for President Zelensky is the death card. Okay, the death card. And you know that the death card for me is a negative card when I read. Okay, now if you look closely, you can see death riding on a horse. Here he's coming. Okay, and you see this is a picture of a woman and her child. Okay, and here is a picture of a priest. Okay, now this is interesting that I will pull this card for him because it almost looks like a Russian priest. Looks like somebody in Russia or Ukraine. And here is a woman and her child. So I think he was thinking about all the death and destruction that's going on in his country. And, you know, he's got to be devastated because his country's being devastated. He's thinking about the attack of his fellow countrymen. Um, and he's probably mourning. Okay, when we get the death card, you're in mourning. He's mourning for his people. He's mourning for the promise of a new life for Ukraine. So he was very, very upset. Um, I think also he was probably didn't see this coming. He probably was in disbelief too. Disbelief. And I'm gonna show you why in a minute because I saw the second chorus. He's in disbelief on what's happening. He's mourning for his people. He's mourning for his country. He's probably not really knowing how to go forth at this point. Okay, when it first happened. Okay, now the next chord that I got for him was the Eight of Swords chord. Okay, and that kind of backs this chord up. See, got this one first, the Eight of Swords. He's feeling um like he can't move. He's feeling like he's in bondage. Okay. He doesn't know where to go. He can't see his way forth. He can't move. He feels stagnant. Okay, he felt stagnant. What am I going to do now? Okay, and if you look closely, you can see that this is a castle. I don't know if you can see with the light, but this is a castle in the background. So I'm thinking he's thinking about his country in the past. Here, this is the now. Okay, this is the now. This is the present. So you see all these swords. You know, he's being attacked. His country is being attacked. by outside forces. So he's thinking about that. He can't really see his way forward. He feels immobile, like he doesn't know where to go now. He doesn't know how to move. Okay, but if you look closely at this picture, you see the swords in the back of him. Okay, and they're not completely surrounding him if you look closely. And so this means if he would really try hard, he can wiggle out of this. He can take the blindfold off of his eyes so he can see what to do going forth, and then he can move into the future. Okay, but he's got to wiggle out of this. He's got to get rid of this blindfold, and it's really nothing keeping him from moving forth here. Okay, so that's what I got here. Okay, now the next card I got for Zelensky is the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Now you can see here, this is a man juggling money. He's juggling money. Okay, and right now, with the way they treated him, he's thinking his money is down. He doesn't know what he's going to do with the finances right now. Okay, but with the juggling, you're down sometime, but then eventually you're going to be up. So at that particular time, he probably was so worried and feeling so devastated about them, the way they treated him, and he wouldn't have the money for his what he needed to do to fight Vladimir. Okay, but as you can see, he's juggling. So he's down now, but eventually he's going to be back up. Okay, and to kind of verify this, if you look closely, you see these ships in the background coming over the ocean. So I think eventually, when after this fiasco, he's going to get help from what we're looking at us. We're looking at him from our view, and here comes some ships from overseas. So I think he's going to get help from overseas. I don't think he's actually going to need our money. I think he's going to get help for either Europe or maybe other countries like China or India or somewhere. They're going to be willing to help him. Okay, that's what I'm thinking here. Okay, and that fourth card that I got for Zelensky, okay, was the world card. See the world card? But it was in the reverse position. Okay, reverse position. So okay, that's the way he was feeling. Upside down, upside down. His whole world was upside down, during this meeting, probably shortly afterwards. Okay, but that's the way he's feeling. With the world card, it means you're going on a journey. Okay, you're starting at your starting point and you getting toward the end. Okay, but guys, it's the reverse position. But the world always turns. The world is always turning. So eventually he's in the reverse position, but remember, it's always turning. So um, he's going to be back on top. Okay. Um, he's going to be presented probably with multiple. Can you see these people? Multiple. You've got a person here, you've got different animals. He's going to be presented with multiple offers. And you see the multiple offers here. So he's down now, but the world is constantly turning, and eventually he's going to be back up. And here's his multiple offers here. Okay. So I think that's what's going to happen. With Zelensky, I think, he was blindsided, uh, but he's resilient. The Ukrainian people are resilient. They bounce back. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Started off here. Okay, and here he's going to walk. He's going to wiggle himself out of this. And he's going to be able to go forth. He's going forth. Okay. So he's was upset about the money. Okay, he felt like, okay, I'm losing everything. The money is down, but you know, he's juggling it. And eventually, it's going to be back up. He's getting money from overseas or another country. He's not going to need us. He got the upside down world card, but it's eventually going to turn upright, and he's going to have help from other sources. Okay, so I think that's what I got for Zelensky. Okay. So I have another question. My question is, for the people that were in that Oval Office with him, okay? Um, Donald Trump, Vance, okay, anybody else that was in there that was participating in the bullying, uh, who witnessed it, who was there, who was co-signing on it. Um, how would they feel? Okay, how are they going to feel going forward? Okay. How are the Vances and the Donald Trumps and anybody else that was in that room that bullied that man? How are they going to feel going forward? What's going to happen to them? How are we, the people, going to view that? Because I like to look at readings through our eyes too, not so much the politicians, but let's just see how we're going to feel about them and their reactions too from our feelings. I don't think we like it. I don't think we like it. And to make that point, I heard that Vance was trying to take his family to a ski trip this weekend. Now imagine that. You just devastated this world leader, humiliated him in front of everybody, but you're going off with your family and you taking them on a ski trip. Uh, President Trump went golfing. So, they don't care. They don't care if they hurt people. It doesn't bother them a bit. Okay, so he went on to his little golfing trip. Vance tried to take his family, but what Vance didn't realize that was waiting on him in Vermont was a bunch of protesters. So many that he had to change his plan. So the karma is already starting, people. The karma is already starting for these guys because, you just can't um, tread on the down and out and not expect it to get a consequence. You just can't do it. Okay, so let's pull four cards for this administration that bullied Zelensky. What's going to be the atmosphere around them going forward? Okay, okay, let's see what we got. We'll pull them up. Okay. All right. Now the first card. Oh, see what I said? The first card that I pulled was the Justice card. So I'm thinking this is karmic justice, people. I think they're going to get their karmic justice after trying to humiliate this hero. Karmic justice. And it's probably going to be from the people, Americans, because we don't like it. Americans always root for the underdog, if you've noticed. We always root for the underdog. And I don't think we're going to really like these elitists dogging him out like they did, talking about his clothes and he didn't have on a suit and you should say thank you. And, like, in other words, you should kiss our ring, because we're going to give you some money. You should kiss the ring like all of them are doing. So, I don't think we like it because we're not bullies like that. The majority of Americans. Okay, so they're going to get their karmic justice for humiliating this guy, I do believe. Okay, we'll have to see, but that's what I'm thinking. Okay, now the next card that I got is the Eight of Cups. Now you see, the Eight of Cups is somebody walking away. Walking away. Now we don't know if this is them walking away. Um, but they're leaving. Somebody's leaving this situation. Going forth. Now it could be them trying to take the heat off of what's done. Change the subject. Could be them trying to walk away, get away from this because I think they're under a whole lot of criticism from veterans, from just lay people in period. I think they're under a whole lot of criticism. So they might try to change the subject here. Maybe they'll give us another crisis so we can stop worrying about this one. Because it seems to me like every week we got something going. So, but anyway, somebody's walking away. So it could be them trying to change the subject, or it could be Zelensky, hey, I'll just have to do something else. I'm walking away. I'm not coming back to have you humiliate me like you tried to do. Okay, so it could be that. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, now the next card is the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles is somebody holding tight to their money, trying to guard their money. So it could be Ukraine, trying to he might be him trying to guard money and figure out how am I going to hold on to money so I'll have enough um to fight this war. And it may be that because you see in the background it looks like a huge city. So it could be this could be his country. So he's trying to see I've got to hold on tight to the money now. Okay, because I have to defend this. That could be what it's saying. I'm not sure, but it may be. Okay, and the last card, um, or let me go back to this. Could be um our administration because see they were trying to trade for minerals. They were trying to trade um arms for minerals. So maybe they were trying to get a deal, and maybe they might have been trying to get a bigger deal, because they last time it was quick pro. So that means you do this for me, I'll do this for you. So they weren't really going to give him the money out of the goodness of their heart, like some people would. They weren't doing that. They were going to do this to get this mineral. So now they may figure out, okay, now we're not going to make the money off the minerals now. So this could be what this card means. It could be. I think so because we're talking about them. Okay, and the last card I got for the people that were in this room. So in other words, the deal didn't go uh like they thought it was going to go. Maybe they thought this made them look strong, we're going to humiliate him. But it didn't. It made them look weak, in my opinion, because it made them look like a bunch of schoolyard bullies. That's what they look like to me. So, but anyway, okay. So the last card I got for this people in the room that bullied him is the Queen of Wands, but it's in the reverse position. Reverse position. Now, the Queen of Wands usually means strong queen out here. But it's a queen that she can rule and she can rule with strength. Okay, but she really prefers to rule with compassion. Okay. And that's what it usually means. Strong queen who rules with strength but prefers to rule with compassion. Okay, so it's in the reverse position. The reverse position, so it's going to mean just the opposite, guys. Okay, they made themselves look weak here, not strong, because it's upside down. Also, they showed the average person that they have no compassion, okay, when it comes to humanity. Okay, that's my opinion. Okay, but that's what I think this card is showing. No compassion here and no strength. You're picking on one guy, a bunch of bullies in the room. So I think that's how they came off to the we the people, the average citizens of the United States and the world, because the world saw this. The world saw them looking weak. The world saw that they had no compassion for people. Okay, so that's what I think this card is saying. Now I want to pull one more card too on this guy. I tried to find out who that reporter was that asked about his suit. I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find it. So if you know his name, just put it in the comment and we can read it later. But I want to know, he thought he was being so smart, um, making fun of his clothes. I mean, like it was a dress code or something. But you know who, Leon, can come to the Oval Office in a baseball hat, with a two jacket that looks like it's too big, um, t-shirt, and these dark glasses that are so black he looks like he's trying to hide his eyes from something. What is he hiding his eyes for? Okay, so that's how he comes to the Oval Office looking. Plus, he's got his little kid, which I like kids. I love kids, but they don't belong in the Oval Office when you're trying to talk to the American people. And he's taking his little hands like kids do and digging in his nose and putting it on the desk. But you're going to make fun of the way this man is dressed. Okay, but say nothing about him. And the man is not worrying about how he's looking. He's fighting for survival of his country. But you thought this was really funny to say to try to humiliate him. Okay, so I'm ticked off about that, as you can tell. But anyway, let's pull one card to see how he's going to go forth because he thought he was being so smart. One card for this guy. Okay, one card. Okay, here we go. Okay, now the card here is the Nine of Wands. Okay, Nine of Wands. Now, if you look at him closely, he looks a little beat up, if you ask me. He looks a little beat up. Now, the light is kind of glaring, but that's a bandage around his head. So that tells me he's been fighting off folks. So I think what he's doing, he's fighting off criticism. He thought he was being all smart and sticking it to Zelensky, but it's going to backfire because, like I said, we Americans, we love the underdog. And, and we like the fact that Zelensky looks like the average people, looks like the average citizen, not trying to look like a king, like they want to look like kings, and queens. This is how they want to portray themselves. He portrays himself as an average human being, an average worker, you and me. You know, I've never seen him dressed up. Now, I'm sure he probably does at times, but I've never seen him. And they're at war. So, what do we care about what he's got on? But no, this reporter, oh, he thought he was going to get some brownie points for this. But I don't think it's working out, guys. I think he's fighting off criticism. This is criticism, and a lot of it. And if you look closely, he looks like he's beat up. He looks like he's exhausted. He looks like he's tired. I bet he's regretting he said that to him too. But oh, he was so funny at the time. Okay, so I think that's what's happening with him. He's regretting the day he did Zelensky like that because we, the people, we don't like it. We don't like it at all. Okay, so that's what I got for him. Now, I think before we close, though, I want to ask some yes and no questions. What? Yes and no questions. Let's ask a couple. I wrote them down. Let's ask a few yes and no questions for what's going on with these guys. Okay, let's ask. Shuffle these. Let's ask some yes and no questions. Okay. Now the first question. Okay, let's lighten it up a little bit. Okay, if you know me, you know I like to joke. Okay, I do. But on the first question, my first question is, did Vance, did Vance put on more eyeliner for this skit that they pulled off? Did he put on more makeup than usual? Did he put up more eyeliner than usual? Let's see. Let's ask that. Did he put more eyeliner on for this reality TV show? Because actually, that's the way it looked like to me. It looked like one of those reality TV shows. Okay. Ah, okay, so I gotta know. No, he didn't put on more eyeliner um for that skit. But let me look at this cord closely. Okay, but no, he didn't. But guess what? Look at the inside of that cord. This is the Five of Pentacles cord. So no, he did not. But somebody is out in the cold here. Somebody's out in the cold. They're out in the atmosphere. One of them, they don't have on their shoes. They're out in the snowstorm. So you know how certain party is. If it gets too hot, get much criticism, he's going to blame somebody else. So guess who may get the blame for this? Mr. JD Vance. He may get the blame for this whole fiasco because he's getting a lot of criticism around the world, getting a lot of criticism from the American people, veterans, the average layperson, they don't like it. So they may turn around and blame JD Vance. Okay. Okay, now this card, let me see what it says. It says temporarily a financial hardship, but guess what it says? Negative change in circumstances. Okay, so you thought you were all smart, Alecky. You thought you were really gonna stick it to Zelensky. But guess what? The circumstances are going to change. And you're going to be feeling, see these people, they're left out in the cold, JD Vance. Okay, so that's what I got for that one. Okay. My next question, which I already said it looked like a reality TV show to me. So my question is, was that attack on Zelensky planned? Did they know ahead of time they were going to do that? Okay, did they know ahead of time? Did they rehearse that even? I could see him rehearsing it, you know. Um, I could see him doing an apprentice rehearsal for this. And they're practicing how they're going to act, what they're going to say, what they're going to do. So let's just see. That's my opinion. Let's see what the court said. Did they know in advance they were going to attack President Zelensky? Okay, the answer to this one, though, is yes. They knew ahead of time they were going to do this. Okay, they knew ahead of time. Let's see what the court says. Okay, it says awakening renewal, composure. Okay, they were composed because they already had practice. Composed, decisiveness, um, apportioning blame. Now, doesn't that make sense? Apportioning blame. They're going to come in and blame Zelensky for being attacked by Vladimir. They're blaming him. That's like blaming the victim. You know how people blame the victims when they are a victim of crime or some type of injustice, they'll blame the victim. So they're blaming him. Um, it says a mandatory choice that will change life. But here, look at this sentence. This sentence says, as you sow, you shall reap. Okay, now we're going to think about this in the days to come. We're going to see if they're going to reap what they sow because this is as you sow. Um, as you sow, so shall you reap. Okay, that's the message from here. Okay, you see these people here. This is Gabriel blowing his horn. These people here were asleep, or they were dead. Okay, in this court, they were actually dead, but they're awakening to Gabriel's horn. And when you have awakening, you see things more clearly. So we may even find out that they knew they were going to do this beforehand. Okay, we'll see. Okay, now, okay, another question I would have. Did you all see Marco Rubio? He looked like he wanted to just sink down in the chair and disappear. I don't think he was feeling this at all. Okay, so I want to know, um, did Marco Rubio, was he feeling comfortable about this attack, this gang attack on Zelensky? How did he feel? Was he feeling comfortable? Okay, now here it says yes, he felt comfortable. Okay, but if you look at the card, look, he's feeling beat up. I think maybe from his body language, he didn't look like he felt comfortable to me. But I'm thinking from this card, you see here, okay, this looks like somebody that's been fighting. I think we had it when we asked another question from another deck. He's been fighting. Okay, I don't think he agreed with this. I don't think he really wanted them to do this. Because look, he's outnumbered. He was outnumbered. I think he was against it, but he probably was outnumbered with the rest of the people there. And he looks battle weary. If you can look closer, he's unhappy here. So I don't think he really wanted to do this. And to make the point, his body language didn't look like he was really appreciating it. So I think this is what's going on with him. Okay. Now my next question is, did Vladimir, and you know what I'm talking about, did they tell him, did he know in advance this was going to happen? You know, because they talk all the time. Him and our president, they talk all the time. And Vance and Elon, they talk to him. They're friends, they're buddies. So now we're buddies with our enemies, guys. So let's see if Vladimir knew ahead of time they were going to do this. Let's see. Yes, look, this is the apprentice card. Okay, so he knew because who had told him? The apprentice told him. This is the apprentice card. You know who I'm talking about when I say the apprentice. They talked. He knew that was going to happen. Okay, let's see what it said. Um, says new job, self-employment, building business. It says hard work, committed dedication, success, accomplishment, ambition, confidence, results, and rewards. Okay, so rewards for what? Okay. Maybe Putin or Vladimir is going to give him a reward for doing this. I know he's going to probably give him a reward for not helping Ukraine because he wants Ukraine. He wants to take over. He wants that territory. So yes, I think Vladimir knew ahead of time, and I think the apprentice, you know who told him, okay? Because this is the apprentice card, okay? Okay, now the last question. This is a serious question, though. The last question, what everybody wants to know. Will Zelensky, will he prevail? Will he prevail? Okay, great. Okay, I was a little bit worried. I was almost scared to turn this card over, but it's a yes. And guess what? It's a yes card and it's a 10 of Pentacles card. So that means, okay, he's not getting money from the United States. Okay, but he's going to get what he needs from other people. Okay, yes, that's what's going to happen because you see a happy, looks like a happy family. Yes, a happy family. Remember, we saw in the death card, we saw the woman and her children, how the death card was attacking him and attacking the country, attacking the children, attacking the structure because that priest is like a structure. It's like the government. So, but here, it's happiness, and you got the happy family. I don't know if you can see it, but here's a woman and her child. They got their pets here. And the dad is here, the mom. They got the children. Happy couple. And so I know that Ukraine doesn't look like this now, but eventually they probably will rebuild. Okay, they will rebuild. He will prevail. He will get monies from other people to fight his war. Okay. All right, guys. So that's what I got. Okay. Love and light to all. Blessings. Bye.